Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Right, Leen?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن أنس رضي الله عنه قال: كان أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يتزوجون النساء حتى
مسألة تقبيل المرأة عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقبل بعض أزواجه.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت: كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقبل بعض أزواجه ثم يصلي ولا يتوضأ. رواه أبو داود والترمذي والنسائي وابن ماجه. وقال الترمذي: لا يصح عند أصحابنا في حال إسناد عروة عن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها، وأيضا إسناد إبراهيم التيمي عنها رضي الله تعالى عنه. وقال أبو داود: هذا مرسل إبراهيم التيمي لم يسمع عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها.
Then from Aisha radiallahu anha, she said Nabi Karim used to kiss some of his wives, then he would recite Salah and he wouldn't make wuzu. This hadith is narrated by Abu Dawud, Tirmizi, Nasai, Ibn Majah. Tirmizi says this hadith is not correct according to our ashab in any situation. The isnad of Urwa from Aisha and also the isnad of Ibrahim Taimi from her, right? Abu Dawud Rahullah says this is Mursal because Ibrahim Taimi didn't hear from Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha. So they're saying that this riwayat is munqati' or you say Mursal, right? There's ikhtilaf among Sahaba Kiram that if a person touches his wife, right, does his wuzu break, right? The Jamhur Fuqaha says that touching of the woman breaks the wuzu. Imam Shafi Rahmanahi says, however, touching without any obstacle in between. And Imam Malik Rahmatullahi puts 3 restrictions. The woman you touch is a strange woman. In other words, she's not your mahram. So your wife or any other strange woman. The woman is baligha and also you touch with desire, right? Ahnaf says touching of a woman, kissing a woman doesn't break the wuzu. Yes, if there is foreplay and that comes out, then that would break the wuzu, right? Or you touch the women, then that would break your wuzu, right? Ahnaf, they present these hadiths as proof. Kuntu anamu bayna yaday Rasulullah rijlaya fi qiblatihi. I was sleeping in front of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as Aisha says, and my feet was in his qibla direction. فإذا سجد, then when you make sajda, غمزني, he would press me. فكبرت رجلي, then I would fold up my feet. فإذا قام, and when he would stand up, بسطتها, I would spread it out again. والبيوت يومئذ ليس فيها مصابيح, and the houses on that those days didn't have lamps in it. Then there's another hadith, فَقَدْتُ رَسُولَ سَمْ لَيْلَةً مِنَ الْفِرَاشِ. I must Rasul one night from the bed. فَالْتَمَسْتُهُ, then I searched for him. So فَوَقَعْتُ يَدِي عَلَى بَطْنِ قَدَمِهِ وَهُوَ فِي الْمَسْجِدِ. Then my hands fell on the inside of his feet while he was in the masjid. Right. Then there's another hadith say, قلت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الرجل يتودع ثم يقبل أهله ويلاعبها أينقض ذلك الوضوء؟ قال لا. A man he makes wuzu and he kisses his wife and he plays with her. Will that break wuzu? He says no. Right. So nevertheless, Jamhur say this hadith here now that you can see now the scholars of hadith and the authors of hadith here, they are saying that this hadith is munqati, because they're saying that Urwa didn't hear from Aisha, right? However, Hazrat Urwa was a nephew of Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha. So he did hear from Aisha, right? Being the nephew, right? However, Habib bin Sabit, he didn't hear from Urwa. That is correct, right? Habib bin Sabit, in that particular hadith, he didn't hear from Urwa. That is correct. So the summary is that there's two Urwas, right? One is Urwa ibn Zubair, and that is the nephew of Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha. And the other is Urwa Muzani. If you're going to take Urwa bin Zubair, then he heard from Aisha radiallahu anha. But if you're going to take Urwa Muzani, then he didn't hear from Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha. And then you take Habib bin Sabit, he didn't hear from Urwa bin Zubair, right? Therefore the hadith is munqati. But if you take Urwa Muzani, then he did hear from if you take Urwa, then Habib bin Thabit did hear from him. You understand it? Right. Nevertheless, so they are saying here that this hadith is munqati. Right. Then our answer now, because they're using this ayat here, right, as proof. So the first answer we give here, that Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, and he is the Ra'isul Mufassirin, he said, "Awlamastumun nisa" is not touching woman, rather it means jima. It means jima. And the second answer we give it that lamasa is from babi mufa'ala, that means coming from two sides. So when you touch, it's normally from one side. So that will refer to jima again. When the touching is from both sides, then that means jima. Right. Right, read.
وعن ابن عباس رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال اختلاف بعض الصلاه ثم مسح الى بشر كان يكبر ثم قام فصلى وفي داود.
Yeah, so these hadiths now, this next 1, 2, 3 will show that after eating a cooked meal, you don't have to make wuzu. Ibn Abbas said Nabi Karim ate a shoulder. Then he wiped his hands with a sackcloth that was underneath him. Then he stood up. Then he recited Salah. Okay. So he ate shoulder. Then he wiped his hands with a sackcloth that was underneath him. Then he stood up. Then he recited Salah. Right. So that shows that eating cooked food doesn't break your wuzu. Read.
وعن أم سلمة رضي الله تعالى عنها أنها قالت قربت إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ذنبا مشويا فأكل منه ثم قام إلى الصلاة ولم يتوضأ رواه.
Salma radiallahu anha, she said that I presented to Nabi Karim some a flank, a roasted flank, and he ate from it, and he stood up to Salah and he didn't make wuzu.
كنت أشفي برسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بيت الشيخ ثم صلى ولم يتوضأ.
Right. Therefore, Abu Rafi radiallahu anhu said, I witnessed that I presented a roast to Nabi Karim some the insides of the inside of the goat. Then he recited Salah and didn't make wuzu. Insides here referring to the heart and the liver. Right? Read.
قال أهديت له شاة فجعلها في حجر فدخل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال ما هذا يا أبا رافع قال شاة أهديت لنا يا رسول الله فطبختها في حجري قال ناولني ذراعا يا أبا رافع فناولته الذراع ثم قال ناولني ذراعا الآخر فناولته الذراع الآخر ثم قال ناولني ذراعا الآخر فقال له يا رسول الله إن للشاة ذراعان فقال له رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أما إنك لو سكت لنحولتني ذراعا فذراعا ما سكت ثم دعا بماء فتمضمض فاه وغسل أطراف أصابعه ثم قام فصلى ثم عاد إليهم فوجد عندهم لحما باردا فأكله ثم دخل المسجد فصلى ولم يمس ماء رواه أحمد ورواه الدارمي عن أبي عبيد رضي الله تعالى عنه إلا أنه لم يكتب ثم دعا بماء إلى آخره.
That is from him. Who's him? Abu Rafi. Rajulan said that a goat was given to him, so he may put it in the pot, and then Rasul entered. So he said, what is this, Abu Rafi? So he said, a goat which is given to us on Nabi Karim. So I cooked it in the pot. So he said, give me the forearm, O Abu Rafi. So I gave him the forearm. Then he said, give me the other forearm. So I gave him the other forearm. Then he said, give me the other forearm. So he said, O Nabi Karim, indeed the goat has only two forearms. So Nabi Karim said, as of if you kept quiet, that most certainly if you kept quiet, you would have given me a forearm, then a forearm, as long as you kept quiet. Then he called for water, then he gargled his mouth, and he washed the tips of his fingers, then he stood up, then he recited Salah, then he returned to them, then he found by them cold meat, then he ate it, then he entered the masjid, then he recited Salah, and he didn't touch water. Right, so what we got here? So the second time here now, he didn't touch water, neither did he gargle his mouth. The first time he touched water and he gargled his mouth. So what is the forearm? The two forelegs of the goat. That would be the forearm, and there's only two of that. So this would have been the miracle of Nabi Karim Sallallahu that if he had to keep quiet, he would have continuously be giving him forearms as a miracle, right? Nabi Karim Sallallahu loved this because this forearm eating this here, it's good for the strength. It's good for strength, right? And then he didn't now touch water after that because when you eating the hot meat, then your hands become sticky. So that's why he gargled and he washed his hands. And the second time when he ate the meat, he didn't gargle nor did he wash his hands because his hands didn't get dirty. Leave it till me.